So the big question that I know you're asking yourself is, how do I know who my tribe is? Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a potential client and just really felt connected to them? Maybe even you get really wrapped up in a conversation. Or have you ever shared some sort of insight and they let you know that it was like this mind-opening or really important revelation for them because of what you shared? Or have you ever met one and you just really felt like you were speaking the same language? Well, if you've had those experiences, that's a really good indicator that this is someone who would be part of your tribe. And so there's some questions that you would want to ask yourself about those people, such as, what are they passionate about? What do they struggle with? What do they want? Where could you find them? And these are all questions we're going to get into in greater detail with an activity to help you identify your tribe and to help you dig a little deeper and get to know them better. But first, I want to get into the more broad concept of why have a tribe? What is a tribe? What does it really mean? And so what it comes down to is what differentiates just having a target market of demographics that you're looking for versus a tribe is you and your tribe share the same point of view in life. That is the biggest thing. And so a lot of people have a bit of resistance about that idea, especially if you're kind of old school business, because we were taught to take ourselves out of our business, which I know Joelle mentioned, but it's important that you kind of get past that old notion and recognize that the market has changed and that people want to feel connected to the brand and ideally to the people in the brand. And so why would you want to share your point of view? Well, one reason why is because you need to stand out. Like we've mentioned before, the market is oversaturated. You don't want to be just another fill in the blank. You don't want to just blend in with everybody else. So one of the best ways to stand out is to have a brand or a persona that offers something that people can feel that they connect to. So really, people want to feel aligned to something, especially in this world where everybody's, connecting through these very impersonal forms like social media, that the more that they can feel like they're connecting to somebody, the more interested they're going to be, the longer you're going to hold their attention. So one of the things you want to think of is, how could you market yourself? How could you present yourself in a way that your market is going to see what you put out there and think, wow, it sounds like they're speaking to me. They just recognize you. There's a familiarity. You're using words they use. You understand their psychology of how they view the world, what they're concerned about, and you're communicating in a way that is letting them know that you get them. So that is what having a tribe is all about, is understanding who these people are so that you know how to communicate to them in a way that is going to really resonate with them. So there's a key ingredient here, and that if you want to find and connect to these people, you have to be authentically you. You have to own that point of view. You have to be willing to narrow down who you're trying to reach to the people who really, really connect to what you're selling. So a lot of people, again, have resistance to that. Why? Well, especially if you're in the business of helping people or you want to change the world in some way, you feel like what you have to offer is a benefit to everybody. So you can mistakenly believe that your target market is everyone on earth, or even, maybe a little bit more narrow of a target, but basically you're not being specific enough. You're not willing to go down into a very narrow niche. And that can really backfire because realistically, not everybody who could benefit from you cares. And that really matters. What's going to make them care is them feeling like you understand them. And so another part of the problem is that if you don't narrow it down, then you're not going to have any way to market to the people that are actually ready to buy your product. And so you could put a lot of money into marketing and you could cast your net really wide, but if the holes in your net are too big and your fish are too small, they're just going to swim right through the net and you're not going to catch anybody. So you're better off knowing what size fish you're after and using the proper net in a smaller targeted area. And the benefit of that is that not only are you actually going to be more effective in reaching people, but because you are understanding your tribe and you are marketing directly to them and providing a service or a product directly for them, and they know it, that not only will you reach them easier, but more of them are going to be interested and they're going to connect back to you. So the next question here is, are you willing to be authentic? Are you willing to own your point of view and to speak your truth and to claim what you stand for? And now, if what you stand for and how you really feel about things is something that you're passionate about, and maybe you recognize that there's a lot of people out there that don't agree with you, you might again have some resistance. But this is an important differentiating factor. If you want to have raving fans, if you really want to have a tribe, you have to be willing to have enemies. You have to be willing to put yourself out there and recognize not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to want to do business with you, and that's okay. Because if you're willing to alienate the most extreme ones that aren't going to buy what you're selling because they don't agree with you philosophically or emotionally or for whatever reason, then if you're not willing to do that, then you're not going to be able to attract the ones that are going to be your raving fans, that are going to stand by you and buy everything you sell and be there with you as you grow and help you grow. And so that's really what we're talking about here. It's going beyond just having a business or marketing or selling something. It's being willing to be part of a movement. And if you're willing to do that and put yourself into it, then you're going to attract the people to you that agree with you, that support you, that are behind you. And in some cases, depending on what you're doing, really believe in you because maybe it's something they want to do that they can't do themselves. And so they need you. And so it can get so much more exciting. It can be so much more fulfilling than just having some ho-hum business. And even if you have a bigger business and you're just doing this so that you can target your market better, in either case, it's going to be more fulfilling for you and for them. And so just remember that marketing is not about just crafting the right message. It's about communicating that message in a way that the person you're trying to reach can truly hear you and making sure that you're saying it to the right audience. And so this is a huge piece of marketing that a lot of people overlook. And so we are excited for you that you're taking that step to really hone in on your tribe so that you can take advantage of all of the benefits of having clients or customers that you're truly connected to. And it's beyond just a number on a spreadsheet that shows you what your revenue is. But the good thing is that it will also help increase your revenue.